Yo, it's your boy Marsha Freddie G. It's your boy Marsha Freddie G. I'm back with another video. I'm gonna talk about cosmology. So, like, comment, subscribe. What is cosmology? The science of the origin and development of the universe. Modern astronomy is dominated by the Big Bang Theory, which brings together observational astronomy and particle physics, an account or theory of the origin of the universe. Cosmology, the, the Greek word is cosmos, the K, meaning world, and logical, the Greek word logical, means study of, is a branch of astronomy concerned with the study and the chronology of the universe. Physical cosmology is the study of the universe origin, its scale, its large-scale structures and dynamics, and the ultimate fate of the universe, including the law of science that governs these eras. The term cosmology was first used in English in 1656, and Thomas Blount Goss, I don't know that word, in 1731, taken up by German philosopher Christian Wolff. And religious or mythological cosmology is a body of beliefs based off mythological, religious, and exoteric literature and tradition of creation myths and something like that. Physical cosmology is studied by scientists such as astronomers, psychists, something like that, as well as philosophers such as metaphysicians, philosophers of physics, and philosophers of space and time. Because of this shared scope, philosophy, theories, and physical cosmology may include both scientific and non-scientific proposition may depend on a substance that cannot be tested. Cosmology differs from astronomy in the former concerned with the universe as a whole, while the latter deals with individual celestial objects. Modern physical cosmology is dominated by the Big Bang Theory, which attempts to bring together observational astronomy and particle physics, more specifically a standard parameterization of the Big Bang with dark matter and dark energy known as the LeBron CDM model. A historical science, because when we look at space, we look back in time due to the infinite nature of the speed of light. Cosmology is a field study that brings together the natural science, particularly astronomy and physics, in a joint effort to understand the physical universe as a unified whole. If one looks up on a clear night, one will see that the sky is full of stars. During the summer months in the northern hemisphere, a faint band of light stretches from the horizon to horizon, a swath of pale white cutting across background of deepest black. For the early Egyptians, this was the Nile. This was the heavenly Nile flowing through the land of the dead, ruled by Osiris. The ancient Greeks likened it to a river of milk. Astronomers know that the band is actually composed of countless stars and flattened disk and seam edge. The stars are so close to one another. Along with the sight, the unaided has difficulty discerning the identity of individual members. Through a large telescope, astronomers find myriads of light systems sprinkled throughout the depths of space. They call vast collection of stars galaxy after the Greek word for milk, and call the local galaxy to which the sun belongs to the Milky Way galaxy, or simply the galaxy. The sun is a star around which Earth and the other planets revolve. By extensions, very visible star in the sky is a sun in its own right. Some stars are intrinsically brighter than the sun. Other fainter, much less light is received from the stars than from the sun, because the stars are much further away. Indeed, they appear distantly packed in the Milky Way only because there's so many of them. The actual separations of the stars are enormous, so large that it is conventional to measure their distance in units of how far light can travel in a given amount of time.
Hello everyone, and this is an introduction to cosmology. Cosmology is the study of the universe as a whole. The universe is everything that exists, and another word for it is the cosmos. I want to say at the top of this video that if this is your first time looking at this subject, then there are a lot of things in cosmology that are very strange to think about. This is normal, and if you have trouble processing some of this the first time you hear it, don't worry, everyone does. The plan is to look very quickly at the universe from the Big Bang to the solar system, at least as far as we know. I will go a little bit into how we know this, but only in simple terms. There is much more to look at beyond this video. The Big Bang is the formal name for scientists' model of the beginning of time. But remember that time is part of our model of physics, and Before the Big Bang, our model of physics didn't work. So we can't say for certain that the Big Bang was the beginning of everything, but we are certain that it is the beginning of time as we understand it in physics. But the Big Bang was 13.7 billion years ago, so physics is doing pretty well as a model. What is the Big Bang? Well, it may have been an expansion from some kind of fluctuation or bubble, a bubble of possibility, which was suddenly able to become a reality for some reason, and this led somehow to a sudden expansion. All energy and space was created from a single point in a single instant, and this origin point for the expansion is called a singularity. But there's nowhere in the universe now which is the point of the singularity. All of space was there at the beginning, and all of space is still there now. It's just a lot more spread out. You can see what I mean. Some of these ideas can be a little mind-bending, and I invite you to go with it for now and try and build your understanding more over time. There are a couple of common misconceptions we need to clear up about the Big Bang. Number one, the Big Bang was not an explosion. It's natural to think of it like an explosion. It was very hot and it expanded very quickly. This certainly sounds like an explosion, but in reality, what was happening was the universe was very small, but all the matter and energy was contained. A lot of matter and energy in a very small space is very, very hot, and it wants to expand. But all that matter and energy stays contained. So the Big Bang was not like a popping balloon and all the air and energy bursting out. It's more like a balloon being blown up. The rubber in the balloon gets bigger, but there is still the same amount of rubber, and it is still one object. To make this metaphor work, we need to have a sealed balloon with a compressed air canister in it, so all the energy is inside the balloon at the start. The second misconception is that, like we said above, the singularity was not somewhere in space. Space and time began with the Big Bang. There was no space or time before that. So, as I said above, there is nowhere you can go in the universe today and say, this is where it started. That place is everywhere. People sometimes ask, what is the universe expanding into? If there was or is anything outside the singularity, we don't know anything about it, and we are fairly sure that we can't know anything about it. Maybe we will have some better ideas one day. There are a few theories, but there's nothing that's been seriously proven. In the same way, the Big Bang